Hey Chaotic Crew, Brian here, and I've got a great new deck for you from Avatar The Last Airbender. I'm calling it the Art of War, because it's really just a mono-red, goading your opponents, enticing them to attack your opponents when you're not goading them. Just really a fun deck overall, and a fun take on mono-red in general. Commander here is going to be Avatar Roku, and let me zoom in a bit for you. He is 6 mana for a 6/6 legendary human avatar, and he has whenever a player attacks, add 6 red mana to your mana pool. That's not just when you attack, that's when a player attacks, so this happens on everyone's turn, which is great. Until end of combat, you don't lose this mana as steps end. And then he has pay 3 red mana to give a creature +3/+0 until end of turn. So this is a big politics commander in red, and part of that is you can buff people's creatures, and it's not always going to work out, but people aren't going to want to swing into a 6/6 that can maybe turn into a 12/6, right? Or they're not going to want, maybe they want to do more damage to your opponents. So lots that can be done here for that. Also gives us mana to cast instant spells or flash spells or anything like that. So we want our opponents to be attacking every turn, and we want to make sure that we can come in with a lot of damage as well. Before we dive in, I do want to say that this episode is brought to you by Mana Pool. It's a fast-growing marketplace for Magic the Gathering that makes buying and selling cards easy. Their optimizer helps you get the best value when buying cards, and the team is focused on making it a great experience for buyers and sellers alike. I've been on there before. It's a really great product they've got going on there, and they have pretty good customer service from my experience. So make sure to check out our affiliate link in the description below, and thanks to Mana Pool for helping us out here. So diving right in, we got 18 creatures. You can already see from the get-go, some goading shenanigans going on. We've got Agitator Ant. It can goad each creature each turn for each opponent, so they may take it, they may not. The buff stays forever, the goad does not, so that is something to keep in mind. But again, as your opponent's creatures are getting bigger and bigger, they're more threatening to your other opponents, and your opponents are enticed to deal with them instead of your things. Alexios is a really cool card here, similar to Slicer Hired Muscle, but we'll get to that in a second. Alexios attacks each combat able and can't be sacrificed and can't attack us. Beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of Alexios, there's no choice, untaps it, and it gets a 1/1 counter, and it gains haste. So they are going to be attacking with this against an opponent, and it's going to do a lot of damage, right? Slicer similar. At the beginning of your opponent's upkeep, you may have the player gain control of Slicer. It's untapped, it's goaded, can't be sacrificed, and there's a backside what helps it gets on the battlefield quicker, but that's about it. Blast Furnace Hellkite's great. Creatures attacking our opponents have double strike. You can get this in cheaper with the artifact offering, but what makes this really good is that it makes our opponents goaded stuff attacking our opponents are going to hit twice as hard. Bothersome Closet. Goaded creatures your opponents control can't block, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, goad target creature and opponent controls. So pretty strong there. People are going to attack us. Our commander is not a surefire way to deter them. So we have Brash Chaunter to help them out a little bit. When it gets dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. So really great there. Burnished Heart for some mana ramp. Always nice to have. Clive, Ifrit's Dominant, is really great. Sort of refills our hand, right? And then you can use the mana from Avatar Roku on your turn to transform him. I'll put the back right here, but back is really strong, getting us a bunch of mana as well, and just a really big beater, right, that can do a lot of work. So Clive is really fun in the deck. Death's Kiss is a fantastic, that's a new word. It's a pretty nice card to have here. 6 mana for a 5/5, and whenever opponent attacks one of our other opponents, you double that creature's power until end of turn, and then you can monstrosity it for however much, and when you do that, you can goad up to X target creatures our opponents controls. So probably only going to be goading maybe like 2 or 3 creatures with this, but it is nice and able to do that, right, on at an instant speed. Geode Rager is fantastic. Whenever we're playing lands, we're goading, our opponent's creatures, so that's really good. Goblin Spymaster is just forcing our opponents to attack each turn, and gives them 1/1s to attack with, so really good there. Kazul's fantastic deterrent. It gives our opponents the option to either pay 3 mana or give us a 3/3 red ogre whenever they attack us. And most of the time they'll give us an ogre, or they'll just pay 3 mana, and that's great too, right? Life of the Party's fun. I wish I had a way to blink this a lot. Oh, Clive disappeared. Man, this no Wi-Fi is really struggling here. But 4 mana for a 0/1, first strike, trample, haste. Whenever Life of the Party attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. When Life of the Party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token that's a copy of it, and they are goaded until the end of the game. Here is Ifrit. That's right, when it transforms, it fights up to 1 creature. But Pinnacle Monk, just great to get one of our instant sorceries out as well. Has prowess, so not terrible, but also a land, so great to have there. Solemn Simulacrum, good ramp, and can get us a land as well. Soulbright Flamekin's great because you can essentially use the 6 mana made from Avatar Roku to give something trample, right? Give 3 things trample, but also make it 8 mana instead of turn 6 into 8, so always good to have there. Vengeful Ancestor is a 4/4 dragon that when it enters attacks goads a creature, and then whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to its controller, so that includes us too. We have some cards here that goad our own creatures, so that's something to keep in mind there. Zuko Exiled Prince is really great. He also has Firebending 3, so when he attacks, he's making 3 red mana, and then we can pay 3 mana to exile the top card of our library. We might play that card this turn. So not great with our commander on opponent's turns, but if we have nowhere else to put the mana, then we might as well, impulse draw if we're, need to as well, right? But he also generates that mana himself. Not bad to have in this deck. We got 9 sorceries. We have a 1 really board wipe. We have another one coming up, but this is the main one, Blasphemous Act. Just classic, also fantastic with Brash Taunter. Apex of Power is interesting here. So it actually doesn't really work well with our commander in the sense that we can't use our commander's mana to cast Apex of Power. It's, sorcery speed, we can't really use that to do this. But we do have a lot of mana ramp in the deck. We have other ways to generate mana. So this is, something that you can cast that can kind of turn the tide for you a lot, right? It makes you a very strong player. Also something if you Reckless Impulse into or something like that, something you don't mind discarding if it's early in the game, right? This is really more of a late game finisher in the deck. And as long as you understand that you can't really use it with your commander's ability, but you could also argue to take this card out, but I figured this game needed a little, another later game bomb, and I thought this was a good fit there. Disrupt Decorum goads all your opponent's creatures, which is great. Jessica's Will helps either get to your commander or gives you more card draw when you have your commander. Reckless Impulse, like I just mentioned. Ren's Resolve, both are impulse draw. Reforges Soul refills your hand, right? So these two, Jessica's Will and Clive, are big sources of card draw, I guess, in the deck. Spectacular Showdown is great. This is one of the cards that goads all of our creatures. Put a double strike counter on each of our creatures or each creature in general, and then goads them. So that's really great there, especially with the Bothersome Closet, where it's just going to do so much damage to our opponents. Probably kill them with Avatar Roku's ability. Vandal Blast to destroy all artifacts we don't control, which is really great. So strong package of sorceries here. Instance, we run a Braid, Chaos Warp, Siege Smash, which is a great, artifact removal, but also buff, and then Untimely Malfunction that can also get rid of artifacts. Those are kind of our main removal spells here. We do have Bolt Bend to protect our commander. We have March of Reckless Joy, which is kind of another impulse card draw. We have Show-Stopping Surprise, which is an instant speed board wipe, essentially, right? We choose a creature we control and deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. So this is another deterrent in case someone does attack us. Siege Smash is great to give our commander trample. Temur Battle Rage gives a creature double strike, so that's really great. And then Solstice Revelations is kind of cool. You exile cards in your library until you exile a non-land card. You can cast it. If you don't cast it, you put it into your hand. So we do run 20 mountains in here. Probably gonna have 5 on the field when you're playing this. So we'll cast most of your deck, right? So really strong there. Seething Song helps us get to our commander quicker. Electro Dominance is a great way to cast an X spell, right? This is one of the couple ways that we can cast Apex of Power at instant speed, which will really, catch people off guard. We only have 11 instances, so probably not going to cast this at instant speed. It's like I said, it's more of a late game bomb, but you could if you wanted to. But this can get a creature out most likely, right? And deal some damage. So good card to have here. Artifacts, lots of good ones. It's mostly mana rocks, right? We're trying to get our commander out pretty early. So Arcane Signet is great. We've got Cursed Mirror, Felwar Stone, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Heraldic Banner to buff our red creatures, Hedron Archive. I'm counting Ruby Medallion because it's making all of our red spells cheaper. Wayfarer's Bauble, Fire Crystal also makes red spells cheaper. Thran Dynamo, Warm Power Stone. Those are all like big cards to have there. And then you have some equipment that protect our commander or make our commander better. We've got Champion's Helm, which gives it hexproof, fantastic, and it also buffs our commander. Having hexproof is amazing, makes our opponents unable to get rid of our commander easily. Locks on Warhammer and Shadow Spear, give our commander trample and lifelink, or another creature trample and lifelink, right? Swiftfoot Boots also protects our commander. Trailblazer's Boots makes whoever we want essentially unblockable, right? So both really good right there. And then we're also running Bloodthirsty Blade to goad our creatures. This is only I thought this was really bad at first, right? But I thought your opponents could activate the 1 mana ability. They can't. It's only you can. So this can goad something forever, essentially, as long as it's on the battlefield. Crown of Doom, makes it incentivize. You have to pay 5 mana into it, but that's not hard to pay 3 mana and then attack when you have Avatar Roku and you 2 of that mana for Crown of Doom. It's not hard to do that, right? So you could definitely put on your opponents pretty easily. And then Wand of Wonder, right? A great way to use that mana that Avatar Roku gives you on people's turns is to put it into Wand of Wonder, right? Roll a d20, cast a bunch of stuff. It's pretty great. We've got a few enchantments as well. Curse of Opulence, right? It's incentivizing our opponents to attack other people. Shiny Impetus is great. It goads our opponents and also ramps us, or semi-ramps us. Sound of Drums goads a creature, and if it would deal damage to a permanent or player, deals double that damage instead. And you can also return this to your hand from the graveyard, so just repeatable goad is amazing. Outpost Siege is sort of impulse draw really in the deck. Rite of the Raging Storm is, giving everyone a 5/1 that can't attack you, right? So that's pretty great. Hot Pursuit is also fantastic. You suspect a target creature, so it gives it menace, and that creature is also goaded. In the beginning of common your turn, if there are only 2 players left, essentially, then you gain control of all goaded or suspected creatures until end of turn. Untap them, they gain haste. So really great to end out games in the deck. And then lands, nothing really crazy, right? We have 20 mountains, Ghost Quarter to destroy lands, Command Beacon to get our commander back at our command zone, Bonder's Enclave, and War Room to draw cards. Terrain Generator can give us a bit more, mana production. Dark Depths is here we have a bunch of mana if we want to remove a bunch of ice counters, we can. Emergence Zone. Oh, this isn't. Fire Nation Palace gives us more firebending. Quarry Mountain Monastery is more impulse draw. Spine Rock Knoll gives us something. And then we have like Secret Tunnel and, Secret Tunnel and Rogue's Passage to make our commander unblockable, Arena of Glory to give haste, Treasure Vault to get more mana. So yeah, lots of great utility here. But let's go ahead and play test. So we've got a handful of lands. Seething Song is nice, so we will keep this. So let's draw. Goblin Spymaster is good. Let's go play Arena of Glory tapped. And go to turn 2. Outpost Siege isn't bad. Let's go ahead and play the Swifties. Turn 3. Seething Sun gets us 5 mana. We really want 7. So we can get this and attach Swiftfoot Boots to it. So 3 mana. Let's play the Goblin Spymaster. Start giving people 1/1 goblins. That'll really buff up Life of the Party, right? When we get that out. So we have that, and turn 4. Cool. We could cast our commander. I don't want to. I don't want to. We could play Loxodon Warhammer. We could play Life of the Party. I think we wait to play Life of the Party until Avatar Roku. But let's... Goblin Spymaster is not a bad creature to have Loxodon Warhammer on because it has First Strike. Because it First Strike Trample Lifelink is pretty great to have. Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's play Loxodon Warhammer, and we have the mana, so we'll equip Swiftfoot Boots as well. Next turn, Cursed Mirror is not bad. Could be a copy of Goblin Spymaster, but probably gonna be a copy of something else on the board. And play Fire Nation Palace. Alright, and now we can tap 3 for Seething Song. Tap another 1 for Avatar Roku. Or we could do Arena of Glory or whatever to give him haste. We can give him the boots. Mainly for protection. And then we can attack him with Goblin Spymaster. And because it has First Strike, we can give this thing +6/+6 and attack him for 8. Right? Next turn we'll play Life of the Party, maybe Outpost Siege to give us some impulse draw, and can also potentially, gain us a bunch of life. So all great things to have here. We're in business in that game. All right, here's another game. A couple ramp pieces here. Let's see how it goes. So we have a mountain. Turn 1, don't do anything with that. Turn 2, we play our only other land. And we play the Fellwar Stone. Okay, and then turn 3, I forgot we did have a mountain. So love that. We could play Cursed Mirror. We could Seething Song and get our commander out, which I don't hate that. Seething Song's so great for the deck. And then next turn we can Jessica's Will. Reforge's Soul's not bad. Solemn's not bad as well. So we get like 5 mana to work with here. I like Soulbright Flamekin too, so it's hard to say what we're gonna do here, but all of them are great. Or all of them are okay. If you feel like you can't really do anything with their hand, then we can Reforge the Soul. I like Hot Pursuit though this turn. Right, it goads something, it gets on the battlefield, so people have to think about it. Then maybe Reforge the Soul, draws a fresh new 7. That's not bad. That's some good cards right there. So that's probably what I would have done. But yeah, and then we're off to the races there too. Another great hand with solid ramp. Just draw a mountain and play it. Next turn, Jessica's Will again. We'll hold off on that this game, but play the Fellwar Stone. Endless Atlas is good to have when we get that 3rd mountain. But here, let's play the Worn Power Stone. Tapped. Next turn, we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for our commander. Don't have a land to play, unfortunately, but playing the commander is nice. If we had a land, we could Bolt Bend. We just drew that instead, so. Our commander survives. We just drew Show-Stopping Surprise, which is fantastic. I love Agitator Ant here because it buffs our commander at the end of the turn, can get it bigger, but I think I'd rather buff Agitator Ant, to be honest. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, let's do Heraldic Banner, and then 1, 2, 3 for Agitator Ant. And that way we have a mana for Bolt Bend, right? Okay, Wind's Resolve is not bad. We also have Jessica's Will, gives us some answers. Bothersome Quasi, it's really great too. So we're actually in a solid position. But yeah, that's the deck. It's pretty fun. Obviously, you know, a lot of it comes from Avatar Roku's ability to gain mana and be able to buff your opponent's creatures. So kind of centralizes around him. Your deck isn't doing a whole lot if he's not on the battlefield, but he's also not a massive target for your opponents unless people are ganging up on one person, right? That's typically when that person would be like, well, I have to remove Avatar Roku, so you guys stop attacking me. But yeah, there's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you'd put in, what you take out. If you like the video, leave a like, a comment. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, don't forget to check out Mana Pool. We have an affiliate link in the description below. And become a channel member to give you extra entries to our upcoming giveaways this next year. But looking forward to that and building up this next deck tech for you. So I'll see you next week. But otherwise, have a great time. Bye.